Thank you for joining us today for the virtual Sunday service with the Center for Creative Living. CCL, a charter of the Universal Church of the Master, has served and supported the spiritual needs of its community here in the Bay Area for over 20 years.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I think you're all here because you know who our speaker is going to be. And yeah, you don't know it's Corry. We have the president of UCM is here to speak. Yes, we are very, very honored. Thank you so very much. Now, I want to make an announcement. You see these little envelopes with the little orange thing? Please, if you're donating money, put your name on there, because you'd be surprised. You might be donating just a few bucks, but at the end of the year, you get a statement of how much it is, and you'll be amazed. So whatever you are doing, please put your name here and the date, and then we'll be, and those of you who have been coming to CCL over this last year, you're going to be getting your statement later this month, okay? So you can take it with you to your accountant, and we'll probably send them out email. So if you're not on the email, let us know, and we'll mail it out, snail mail, so you can have a copy for your accountant. Wait just a minute. Yes, Corky? Yeah, we have to have your address if we don't have an email. Thank you, Corky. Yeah.
I'm wondering where you are.
Yeah, and this voice from in the distance is telling me what to say here. So we have so many exciting things coming up. Next week, we're going to be hearing about the games people play and why we can't just reset by our wonderful Dr. Eileen. Reverend Dr. Eileen is going to be speaking, and as usual, it's going to be great. Last week was wonderful. For those of you who didn't make it here last week, go on and look at our YouTube, because Eileen and Janet did a wonderful job with last week's service. It was incredible. So you'd like to catch up with what's going on. And we're going to be talking about all sorts of things. Corky's going to be speaking on the 6th. Yay! I'll be speaking on the 13th. So we've got a lot of things coming up. And please, if you would like to speak, poor Chris, he only attended 2 church services, and I asked him when he was going to give a talk. And he looked at me like I had 3 heads. He said, I just came a couple of times. Yeah, look out. We're going to grab you.
You don't even know. I said, well, you showed up again.
You came twice, so we think we know you. So know that we are always looking for speakers that have a different viewpoint. Okay. Well, haven't you noticed that? Because this is all about spirituality, and you can find spirituality in gaming, you can find spirituality in healing, you can find spirituality in dance. Where do you get your amazing ability to connect with Creator? Let us know. Some people in this room have had various backgrounds, and so we want to hear about your story. And we know that each time you tell a story, people are going to identify with part of it and learn something new about how to work on their spirituality. So we want to thank you so very much for that. And anybody have an announcement they'd like to make before we? Yes, Jen.
So, our HIV Rejuvenation Retreat. Yay! Unfortunately, it's still via Zoom, but it's going to be amazing. Michelle Caban is going to be doing our art project, and we have wonderful people that just come and so join us. And Corky will get the information for you.
It'll be out today.
And so, and several of you probably should have gotten a mail about it.
After brunch.
Starts at 9:30, ends at about 1:30, quarter to 2.
And what day is that?
It is on Friday.
This coming Friday?
It's coming Friday. It's always the 4th Friday in January, April, July, and October.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anybody else have anything that they would like to
On
announce?
Tuesday night is going to be Chris Miller and Ben Rogers speaking about tools and tools like.
Take your mask off. You're kind of muffled.
like numerology. That didn't work.
Maybe you're muffled. Okay.
It's, here, you can read it. It's right here.
Okay. All righty, it's on your program. Okay, make the most of 2022 using intuitive tools with Reverends Lynn Rogers and Chris Miller. Okay, great. Well, thank you so very much. And did we run out of programs? Here you go, Mary. Here, no, you can take mine. Oh my gosh, wealth. Patty Caldera needs one.
I have an extra envelope and prayer request that somebody needed.
Okay. Well, this is fun. We can sell it to the highest bidder, at this point here, Mary. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to have a wonderful talk today.
Yes.
I know that because I've heard Corry talk. She's not as comfortable with speaking as Jan and I are, and so consequently she does something Jan and I don't do. Corry really researches what she's going to talk about. Oh, she doesn't. Okay, well, it always feels that way, Corry, so thank you so much. Yeah, that feels good. We'd like to start out with a meditation. And we have two musicians here with us today. Here we go, Janet and Sean. Thank you. Yay. And Jan, do you want to lead the meditation, or would you like... Something made a noise. I don't think it was me, but who knows? Great. So if you'd all get comfortable, just put your feet flat on the floor. And somebody's talking to me from the audience. Take a nice deep breath. And now do something that quite often you forget to do. Just drop your shoulders. Let your shoulders just drop down. When we go through life with our shoulders up around our ears, we're stressed. So just completely relax and drop your shoulders. And now take a nice deep breath and breathe in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Let's do that again with an audible release. Okay, breathe in through your nose. One more time while the microphone squeals. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Each one of you is a child of the Creator. We have a spirit around us that here at CCL we call Creator, Spirit, God, Energy, all that is. However you identify with that wonderful, wonderful essence, picture what you feel that essence looks like. Some of you were raised that essence is female, some of you that it's male, and some of you feel the essence of spirit is a forest or a brook. So right now just visualize what that creative essence looks like for you and hold that picture in your mind. And breathe. We're going to take a walk, and this is a walk through the desert. And you'll notice as I put you on the desert floor that it is so bleak around. You look around and all you see is sand. And then you start looking a little closer and you see small animals. You might even see some animals that scare you, like scorpions or Gila monsters. Little animals scuttling around, and insects. But they're a lot more afraid of you than you are of them. So let go of any fear you might have of walking through the desert. And keep looking at the sand and noticing the different colors. The sand isn't just gray or yellow or white. There's little bits of blue and green scattered in there. And as you're walking along, feeling the sun on your back and the warmth underneath your feet, you notice little green plants that are growing. And you realize that of all of nature's wonderful, wonderful places to go, this is one that creates so much energy, even though there's hardship here. Much like the life that you are living. There's so much beauty around, but sometimes you forget to look at the beauty. Instead, just feel the hardship. So right now, feel, sense, become aware of the sun shining on your back, of your footsteps, because each step you take, you leave an impression in the sand. And every day that you live, you leave an impression on the world. Your impressions may be fantastic, and sometimes your impressions are a little bit lacking, and sometimes the impressions you make in the world are kind of negative. But all you have to do is realize that Creator is with you every step you take, and every step you take moves you forward. Please relish the movement, the knowledge that as you step forward on this planet, you become more alive and more aware that we're not here alone. And let Creator's energy shine on you, just like the sunshine shines on you as you walk through the desert. Because just up ahead is a pool of water. And as you're walking through the desert with the sun on your back, you're delighted to find this pool of water where you can soak your feet, sit quietly and feel relaxed and refreshed. And know that Creator is like that cool pool of water. Creator is always there to help us make it through the day, to cool us off when we get too worried about things, and to help us maintain our balance. So keep that picture of Creator in your head all day, knowing that you are not alone. You're always accompanied by Creator. And so it is.
Oh, we're on this path through the desert of our life, and there we find the rich resource of life that we need. Oh, and we can take a step, and oh, we can take a breath. Oh, we can hold ourselves in our heart. Feel the heart. Feel your soul. You are many dimensions, and you are whole. what changes fly in your life. You are held in the loving arms, and you have the right to dance and sing, to know you are free to be all you can be. You are in this moment and in eternity, so take a step. Oh, let's take a breath and know we are here, and know we are with each other as the rainbow dances on the horizon. We can be all that we can be because we're holding on to each other. Oh, rise. Ooh, rise. Ooh, rise. Ooh, rise. And we'll dance in the desert, goes to the sea, and we'll celebrate all we are and our right to be. So rise, rise up, rise up, rise, rise up, rise up, and know you are whole. Know that you are you, and know that when we open our hearts, that river runs and pure and true, and we are here with each other. Take that step, each other. Take that breath, each other. You are here, each other. We are here together. Oh.
Quietly for just a moment. And take another nice deep breath. And I want to welcome you all back to the room. As you all know, I was raised on the desert, and for me it was a beautiful trip back there. Anybody having a birthday this week? Donna, yay! Green, gold, or purple?
Purple, beautiful.
Which one would you like?
No, actually, I like the gold.
Well, okay. There you go. You're welcome. Thank you. Yes, 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 yes. And we wish we could sing to you, but that's one of the things we can't do during this pandemic. So I want 1, 2, 3, all of you say happy birthday. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Donna. Thank you so very much. Well, I am so excited about our speaker today. As you know, we have our wonderful Reverend Corry Gott. She is the Universal Church of the Master President, so she has a lot of things coming up for her. I know that there are new things coming up for our parent church, and that's exciting. So we want you all to appreciate that she's been working hard. But also, I don't know you know this, but she works for Levi Stadium and is pretty excited about what happened yesterday. Yeah. Yay, 49ers. And it was quite a game. And so we want to welcome you, Corry. And once more, we want to thank you for this beautiful trophy that you gave us. And
You have to earn that.
this is,
All the changes and everything that you guys do. I had to give you something that felt.
you're mumbling now because you got your mask in.
I get it, yeah. I can barely hear myself with this thing. I said, CCL's earned that because they have rolled a change away, a way to change.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Many years. So the people.
It's beautiful. Reverend Vanna Whitaker. Thank you so much. So if you could all please, she wants that camera. Oh, yeah.
I do the stuff for UCM.
You know who you talk to about it, don't you? Talk to Ed, find out what's going on. Okay, now I want to get out of your way, so I think I'm going to go take your chair.
I can,
We can.
you can sit down there.
I'm going to sit right behind you.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
And I can move your walker out of the way so I don't trip on it after you sit down. I'll be flat on the ground.
Well, we'll just move it right over here.
There you go, see?
Yeah, but now you can move. Can she move the podium, Ed?
I think she absolutely could.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm hanging with you.
I know you are.
The camera's not possessed.
I know, I watched that. Oh, I like possession, though. Can I have that when I go home? Oh. Hello, everyone. I don't know everybody here, but my name's Corry. Hi, Corry. And I just like to have fun in life, all right? But there's a lot of things that we have to do to get to that ability. I'm sorry, Ed, I'll stand closer to the microphone, to get there, We're going to talk about change. I love change. And I usually don't do this. There's a couple of things. One, if anybody knows me, knows I don't like pink. Okay? But I got this shirt back in the 90s. Okay? And I didn't like pink then either. But I was going through a major change in my life. So the ability to wear this and be comfortable with it was important to me at that time. Here's another change in my life, becoming UCM president. That's a big change in my life. Okay. Didn't quite realize all that it would take, but I'm loving every minute of it. It's change.
None of us do.
My friends who know me very well made this stole for me. It was made with loving hands, 6 of them, if I'm not mistaken. And this shows, they know me so well, they put a phoenix. I love change. And they put the spiral, because everything goes in circles, right?
Right.
So I said I'd wear this. This is change. Anybody knows me knows I don't like scarves, and they probably have it on backwards. You did. No, I got it now. I figured out the point goes on the other side. And guys, if you want to laugh, please, if you want to interrupt me, just raise your hand. I may or may not shut up, depends on the case. Sorry. Dottie's right. I don't really like to speak to large groups. I don't mind small groups. I do. To me, anything over 3 is a large group, okay? And that includes the cat. But this is one of the things I have to change, because I'm responsible for a lot more things. And I can't be in the background as much as I used to be. I'd rather cook than speak. Everybody who's been to the CCL or the conferences and stuff, you'll find me in the kitchen. People would ask me, oh, do you remember this? I'm sorry, I was cooking. Jan will say, do you remember the speaker from Light of Lights? I'll say, I was cooking. Change. So we're going to talk about change today. Oh, here's another change. I actually wrote notes. So, we talk about change, but it's not the kind we do at this time of the year. New Year's resolutions that never work. They don't stay in place. That's, people have considered, oh, I changed one time this year. And a lot of people do point to that. When was the last time you changed? In January. So it's like, no, that doesn't work. But, haven't we all in the past 22 months, 24 months have had to make changes due to COVID? Not comfortable for anybody. Even people who like change, it's not comfortable for, because it was so out there we couldn't wrap our heads around it. And to this day, I still can't wrap my head around it because it changes constantly. So it's hard to grab a foothold. That's what we're going to talk about. What people resist change because they believe they're going to lose something value, or they're so fearful. When it's significant change to the daily routine, it's deeply emotional. It absolutely threatens us. We've all experienced that. Some of us experience that still today. And it's hard. Change is not an easy. Change is not for the fair-hearted or faint-hearted. Faint-hearted, okay? Or the fair-hearted either. I was in a recovery program 42 years ago. Anyways, they taught us, and in most recovery programs I know this, that we cannot control people, places, or situations. And once you can accept that, change becomes a lot easier. All right? Think about it. If, Janet made a change tomorrow, and I try to control her change, besides that, why would I want to do that? Am I in fear? What's going on? What's that all about? We ask all these kinds of questions. And again, they're legitimate. I'm saying things you guys already know, and I know that. But I have to get there. And Janet always talks about grief and how to be in the present moment. Change is grief, and grief is change. It goes hand in hand, and that's probably why we get along so well. I like change. She works with grief. I'm not going to say she likes it. No. I'm too close. So we have to be in the present moment to accept change, to accept grief. How often can we get there? And when should we be there? Because there's many different kinds of changes. Fear. The very number one reason people don't change. Fear. Sometimes we say fear of fear itself. What does that really mean? Nobody? I don't know. I really don't know. But it puts us in a circle. And it's like we keep going round and round and getting nowhere. So how do we address fear? Are we willing to step back and get some help for the fear we're having? Are you willing to talk to somebody? Talk to yourself? Are you willing to talk to a friend? A non-judgmental person or professional help with fear? Fear is a big motivator also, as we know, right? Not a little more than a year ago, out of fear, people did things, they put us all in danger. Okay? So what can fear do? Fear causes accidents on the highway. They're afraid to let somebody get in front of them. So they try to run them over. Or whatever the fear is, and when somebody flips them off, they shoot them. So fear is really such a powerful motivator to accept change. Because living in fear is so detrimental. So not to talk about change. We know why we don't change, but how can we change? How can we do these things, Some change is easier for people to deal with, like me, and some change is very hard for people to deal with. And generally that happens the older we get. Because as kids, hey, how many of you grew up in the 60s and 70s, and how fast can I change? I want everything to change. Now we're up in our 60s and 70s. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, so, anyways, and we get set in our ways. Now, what does that mean? We're more than comfortable. We are more than comfortable. Stuck. You are absolutely right, Corky. We are stuck. You know, we change jobs, not of our choice, which is extremely fearful. Your choice. You want to be fearful, you want to take a hold of the situation. Your choice. Remember, all of this is choice, everyone. It's your choice. Nobody can tell you. Nobody but you. We continue with all phases of our life, and everything changes every time you walk out the front door. Do we recognize that? No, it's our way of life, so it's fine. We don't recognize that we are changing all the time. Once we take that on, you learn to become comfortable with change. It's called adaptability. We adapt to our area. I went in the Marine Corps and I adapted. I got out of the Marine Corps and I didn't adapt. No, I didn't. No, I actually didn't, because I came more of an activist than I ever was before I went in. But I was 19 years old in a small town called Erie, Pennsylvania. So I got out of the Marine Corps here so I could be an activist. You know, why? Because I needed change. I went in the Marine Corps. Do you know that I could not be a mechanic? I could not be a police officer because I was a female. I'm also the first woman to wear camis in the Marine Corps. Okay? Change, and you push it wherever you can get it. At least I do. You know, so. But let's talk about changes in life. Now, we change our beliefs. We've grown up one way, and we're all here today thinking something totally different. Did we think about how scary that was? Yes, a lot of us did. A lot of us who are already in a community would fear, they would recognize something or not agree with a statement made. Would they keep it to themselves, or would they tell somebody? What would they do? If they tell somebody and it went fine, okay. Somebody's got to accept it. And that's the point, is acceptance. But what happens when they come to the next belief? Do they tell somebody? Well, it went well the first time. Or do they look back to see if it really went well? To see if people are giving them stink eye, right? Or cold shoulder? We've all experienced that at some point in our lives. We know what that feels like. Now what do? Do they have the courage? Because it could cost them their community. That's a big one. All of us have progressed in our own way. Some of us have gotten isolated from our belief systems because we are changing our belief system. We just don't fit in somebody else's box. Change. We've all gone through it. See, change really is a good thing, isn't it, everybody? You know, we have our bad things, but more good things than bad? Yeah. So when was the first time you realized your belief system was changing? How did it make you feel? Our belief systems still change. And now how does it make you feel? The adaptability. You get accustomed to it. Especially if you embrace it, then it becomes a positive, not a negative. All right? So there's also a statement that says to break a habit is 30 days and to make a habit is 30 days. Is that real or not? Close. Depends on what it is. But what it really boils down to is we are habitual creatures, but we can change our habits. We don't like, if I don't like getting up every day at 5 a.m. and going out and running, which I don't do, going out and running, and I don't want to do that anymore, I can stop that. But you can't stop getting up at 5 a.m. and going to a job because of the consequences, but you're not happy. Do you look for a change? Generally, most people do. They don't like being in an environment that they're not comfortable in, so they change. I'm going to get tired saying that word today. You know, we know how to manage change, right? First, you can initiate the change. I just talked about changing jobs. You can initiate a haircut. It's a change. You can initiate where you work. It's a change. Where you live, what car you drive. What do you do when you get up in the morning? Do you drink coffee? Do you drink tea? Coffee's not good for you anymore, so drink, you know, you make changes based on your medical, your physical well-being, and your mental well-being. But we don't recognize them because they come to us so naturally. Some people still have an issue with that. You know, they've always been probably, at a very young age, told that they have to fit in a certain box, and they try to fit there. Takes them a little longer. You know, I didn't want to go down that way because I don't think, if anybody was really feeling that way, no offense, but they wouldn't be in this room, okay? Really, because we don't fit in a box. Dottie's church does not fit in a box. Right, Dottie? But what about all the change? What about all the change that's thrown at us? You know, every day, laws change, policies change, this changes, that changes, and you're scratching your head going, what? But we, again, learn to walk that line, make that change, and if you're not happy about it, we are, being in a free country, allowed to bitch about it. Excuse my language. Okay, we're allowed to complain. Okay. Thank you, Courtney. Voice our opinions, which is what I'm doing. You know, so again, even with a little more difficulty, we do accept the changes, or we do something to change it back, which we do. I mean, it's just who we are. If you want to be good at change, look at the little keys that you have, that you do when something changes. What do you do? What's the first thing you generally do when something comes across the newspaper that you don't like because of the policy change? Like, corporations are people, okay? You know, us nonprofits got hurt real bad by that. So, corporations are people. Well, the nonprofits aren't, you know, so, okay. Don't get political, Corey, I'm not allowed to do that either. Sorry. For those of you on camera, I'm really sorry, because you got a close-up of my face, so sorry about that.
You want me to kick you next time you get political?
No, that's okay, Dottie. I already felt it the first time. But that was a law change, really. That was not politics and reality. That was a law change. All right. Well, you know, a lot of things that change, we adapt to. There are not situations that have a logical reason that we can see in the moment unless we support it in the first place, okay? What the most important thing is, you don't stop your feelings. You know, people stuff those feelings. They don't, again, they want to be accepted. You know, so if the majority of the people voted this way, so, you know, I'm not going to tell them differently. I'll just stuff the way I feel. Yeah, it gets full. Pretty good? Yeah. And then what happens when it gets this full? We get angry. What happens when we get angry? Not a thing good. Nothing, including putting your fist through a wall or actually going out and hurt somebody else. Not good. No. So, again, if we give permission to everyone we know that their feelings are okay to be expressed, also says that you are willing to express yours. You know, and the more people we reach with that, you know, it grows exponentially, okay? And that's important. Reach out to the people around you. Oh, you don't do that. Change. You want the world to change? Change. You make a change, somebody recognizes it, they make a change, and if you talk about it, they make a change. You know, I do work at Levi's, and I do have a lot of teams I work with, and most of them are younger. And you'd be surprised how much they're willing to learn and listen. And so are some of the adults. You know, people are willing to change, but if they feel like they're alone, they're not going to do a thing. So reach out, tell them what you're comfortable with. Tell them your story. And two more types of change. Dottie, how much time do I have? It's 11:45.
You probably have another 5 to 10 minutes.
Good. Thank you. I can get this done in 5 to 10 minutes. I just want to know how fast or how slow. Okay. You know, what about change that is needed but resisted? We know we need to change the highways. We need more lanes. How many of you go down that same highway and complain when they're trying to do that? Right? Yeah, but is that resisting change? In a lot of ways it is. We just don't recognize it, okay? You know, so those are the kinds of changes when we are needed that we resist. What about us? What about if you're in a relationship and your partner says, hey, I can't deal with this anymore? Right. What are you going to do? You're going to run? Is fear going to take over? Or are you going to find somebody that can help you walk through that journey? You need to change. And that change isn't always on you. And our fear is it's on us only. That's how we see it. I have to do all the change. Nobody else is changing. I have to do this. Why is it my responsibility? Why can't somebody else do this? It's all about here and our fears. And if you are comfortable in your own skin, you will generally walk forward and say, let's go get it done. Because you need to like you. You need to know who you are, what you believe, you know, and accept that. And accept that. And accept that. So many people don't accept who they are. They refuse. Some people, you know, just because they don't accept themselves, don't believe anybody else either. So you have both sides of that coin. But if you know who you are, you walk your talk, you talk your walk, and you're comfortable in your skin, it's easier to change. Because we need to, every day, change something. You know, stagnant is not good. Just take a look around us in the world of the people, countries, whatever, have gotten so stagnant and so believed, stuck in that box. Maybe I should have called that "Don't Live in a Box." You know, I keep doing the box. All right. Well, the fourth and hardest one in reality of change is, well, we need to change who we are, our belief systems. Remember the time when somebody told you Santa Claus didn't exist? No Easter Bunny. Mickey Mouse is not real. Even though he's on that club, he's not real. There's a body in there. Oh, that's not real Santa Claus. He's a helper from the North Pole. But remember how you felt when all of a sudden you realize it's not real. It's not? No, and I'm sorry. Oh, I am so sorry, Eileen. Had I known, I wouldn't have done that. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Trail?
Betrayal.
Betrayal. Thank you. Yeah, good word. Betrayal. You feel betrayed, but by whom?
Everybody.
Yes. All the adults, and it doesn't matter who they are because nobody told you, right? Okay. So what happens when you realize that something that somebody's been telling you for 20 years isn't real? Do you have the same reaction? Yes, you do. We feel betrayed. We feel lied to. We feel all those things. And it can send us into states of depression, states of anger, states of confusion, states of immobilization, basically fear. How do you do that? Everyone in this room has handled this one. All right?
I started believing in nothing at that point.
Yeah. It's
I
what
lost God at that point.
and a lot of people do in their belief systems. I'm sorry. She said she started to believe in nothing at that time, that people lose God at that point. Thank you. So, yeah, that's right. If you guys want to talk, if you can, just drop the mask and I can hear better. Even though I'm not wearing a mask, I still can't hear. I told everybody I was wearing a mask, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Because I can't understand myself, so. All right. So that means we have to work on something. If you want to, you can't be out there on a floating island by yourself, right? I mean, even I knew that when I was a kid. You can't be alone. Again, we're creatures of habit, creatures of community. You can think you isolate, but you really don't. So what are the tools you start working with? You find something that's important to you, or you accept it for yourself, whatever you believe. Make friends with your ideas. Put a new coat on. How does that coat fit? Oh, I don't like that one. Take it off, put another one on. And you keep trying different things until you find something that is comfortable. Whatever that is. Everybody's different and it's okay. And other people will tell us, well, no. It can only be this way. Yeah, well, you can accept that. And you can accept what they say, that it's important to them. Just because you accept them doesn't mean agreement. Okay? You can't alienate people who want to talk to you about religion, politics. I mean, things we were told not to talk about because they're firestorms. Yeah. But you could accept that person or group of people for who they are. Doesn't mean you agree with them. But when you accept others, you accept yourself, and they accept you. Because acceptance is a major part of change. Because we have to embrace the change. Yeah. How do you do that? Everybody's different. I can stand up here and read off whatever the psychologists say, but you can get that online. That's why when Daddy said research it, it's like, no, you guys can get it yourself. So, we have to work on ourselves to accept any change, be it at the first level of we choose to change, at the second level of somebody pushes at the third level, which is usually, somebody else is pulling the strings, right down to us. To me, the fourth one is the first one you need to learn. Because the minute you take who you are, what you believe, what you stand for, and tell the world it doesn't matter what they think. What you think of me is none of my business. As long as you love and care for yourself, you'll never be alone. Because there's a whole bunch of us out there that feel that same way. Just remember, I'm going to say it now. Anybody know the definition of sanity? Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results, right? Oh, let me think about change. You're insane when you don't change because you never will achieve your results. Whatever it is you're going for. A new house, new car, peace and quiet, meditation, peacefulness in yourself, whatever it is, it has to require that. So how are you going to do that? So, and I'm glad, Sherry, right? Mary Gary. I knew it was coming to me, so, okay, I, like yourself, started believing in nothing, and then I started putting my world together, and it still doesn't fit in the box, and we don't want it to. To accept change, one must be willing to change. And the wonderful thing about change is you can always change it. Am I okay on time?
take this opportunity to send a blessing out to Annie Corbin. And Annie has all the symptoms of COVID, but hasn't gotten the results from her test. So she said she was going to stay home. And I think that's one of the things we have to do, is we have to realize if we're not feeling well, listen to your body. And if you feel like, hey, I might have something I don't want to share with people, please, it's okay to stay home and catch us on Zoom. Or somehow we would love to have you get in touch with us, because it makes us feel good too. When people look at the video or catch us on Zoom, it's a very good feeling to have, okay?
Hi, Annie.
Yeah, hi, Annie. We love you, Annie. And yeah, so we're looking forward to seeing you next week. Okay. Now, thank you all for coming. This is amazing. I look out at all these faces, and some of them I haven't seen for a while, and some of them I saw this morning. Just faces all from all times of the last week showed up here. We're going to pass the basket. It's got batteries in it. Just leave them there. That's not a gift. And remember, when you put something in the basket, put your name on the envelope. And you might not be putting anything in the envelope, but this is a way we can make sure we know how many people showed up. It gives us a feeling of, hey, we're doing something right. Look at the people that we've got here. It feels really good. Now, yes, we it makes us feel good. The other thing is Tuesday night. Don't forget. Now, how do they get on Zoom, Corky, or how, Corey? How do they get? The UCM website, Universal Church of the Master. U-C-M.org.
Right there is a place to register.
And then you can register and you can be on Zoom. And this is something that hearing people talk about how you can work with your intuitive gifts. Each one of you in here has an intuitive gift. So find out how you can work with those, okay?
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be.
Neurology and all different kinds.
Okay, now this the wonderful, wonderful basket that you people put money and prayers in. What?
Sacrament of Giving.
Okay.
Giving is in your program.
Yeah, okay, Dr. Eileen, are you ready to start this for us?
As soon as Mel comes on up.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, one more.
There we go. And this is on your program. Okay.
Where it says the Sacrament of Giving. Sacrament of Giving.
Okay.
Giving to the ministry, from which we receive our spiritual support and nurturing, is an affirmation in consciousness of the truth that spirit is the prospering power, enriching every area of our lives.
And so it is. Okay, and Corky, we have coffee.
Yes.
We have coffee to drink, and we've got goodies. What do we have out there? Do you know?
No.
Oh, there's.
I made coffee for last Sunday's food, so if you want coffee, go get it.
That's Sunday's coffee. Okay. And we have free goodies on the table, and in the back we have free books and tapes. Please look them over, take some home. And they are from the Billy DeFrank Center. And don't forget bingo. It's a Wednesday night.
Wednesday night bingo.
Wednesday night bingo. Thank you so very much. What? Oh, wait just a minute. Ed, what are you saying, Ed?
No, it's just normal, but I wanted to make an announcement.
Okay.
Yay!
I'm backing up. Beep, beep.
Okay, you can fit. So for those of you on Zoom, mea culpa for that squeal. The sound system has been wanting to do that for about 3 years. It just released it. That was on me. Now, as far as Zoom, I've been looking, when I do the testing, it comes in low definition. And that's just something, Dottie actually is my Zoom consultant. She nailed it. I didn't catch it. Sunday morning, there's so many, I guess, churches live streaming. they take down the resolution. Nothing's guaranteed, even though we pay for more. I've been testing on YouTube video, or YouTube Live. Haven't done that in a few years, and it comes through much higher definition, and we can record it in higher definition. So in the chat right now, if you have time, let me know. One person already said the video quality coming in that they're getting is good enough. So let me know which way to go on this. Thanks.
And thank you, Ed Ferrero, for all of the work and all of the help you do. Yay! Good, good, good. Okay, now, if any of you want to talk to me about anything, I'm going to come out and sit amongst you, okay?
Village.